back to my channel. This is Sandy from ihopediversebeauty. So I'm really excited because Peripera came out with some new lippies. These are the Peripera ink liqueurs. Now I noticed that Peripera changed their packaging. They're going for like this more tube-like packaging, and before they came out with the lip liqueur, they came out with the, I think it was like gel tint kind of, but I didn't pick those up just because like I wasn't really intrigued by them. But when I noticed that they were coming out with the lip liqueur, of course I had to pick them up just because, let's be real, I'm a little bit obsessed with A, lipsticks in general, and two, or B, I love liquid lipsticks or just lip liqueurs in general. I feel like they make my lips look better, but of course there are pros and cons to lip liqueurs. I did pick these all up on Mimi Box website, but it's the Korean version website. Just side note right there. And I got these on sale. They were for 5,000원, I think 5,200원, so like 5,200 on sale. So I got them much more affordable than the original price. And I picked them all up. These are all 5 of the colors that they came out with. Now let's look at the packaging. Of course, the packaging is just like their previous gel-like tint, except this one is a lip liqueur and it's quite cute. And then when you open it, then you know it comes with the application. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not too fond of this application just because I find it quite difficult when applying liquid lipsticks. I could see it's quite easy if you have like tint or you know velvet tints, but when it comes to liquid lipstick, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. Now I actually have all the colors swatched right here just so that I can see what I'm talking about. I did swatch them all on my lips so you guys can also see that and kind of get a I guess an idea of what they look like. Now just to let you know, my lips are actually not that pigmented. They're quite brown, I think. The outer parts of my lips are quite brown, and then the center of my lips are slightly pink. So I feel like a lot of the times lipsticks don't necessarily look like they should when I swatch them on my hands or wrists versus on my lips. They look completely different usually. Now I would have to say that these swatches here are quite close and quite matching to what they look like on my lips. I find that usually that's not the case most of the time, but this time actually it's quite the same. So before I continue talking about more of what I think of these tints, let's go into the swatches. First we have number 1, Cool Red Fix. Number 1, Cool Red Fix is actually a really pretty bright red color. I find this color is quite universally beautiful on a lot of skin tones, and also it's gorgeous for like fall and winter time, so I highly recommend a red color like this. I also find that the color is a little bit sheer, I guess, so you do have to kind of build up, and it kind of looks a bit streaky on the lips, so you do have to be careful with your application. Number 2 is Cheek Grapefruit Fix, and I love this type of colors. It's kind of like an orangey red. Definitely reminds me a lot of the Peripera, I believe, Airy tint in Grapefruit. It's quite similar in coloring, except it's a little bit brighter. And I find that this color definitely complements my feature the most, just because it is a color that I usually gravitate towards too. Now, just like number 1, it is a little bit streaky, so you do have to be careful when applying it on the lips because certain areas can look quite patchy and some areas can look more pigmented than others. Then we have number 3, Mellow Pink Fix. Now I'm gonna be honest, this color isn't really my favorite. I did rock this color on a experiment video that I did just to test out the liquid lipstick, and I just found that the color was a bit odd on me, a little bit too bright, a little bit too pink, not really my cup of tea, but I will show you guys that experiment clip later on in this video. Then we have number 4. Number 4 is Soft Rose Fix. Now, Soft Rose Fix is quite similar to number 3, except it is a little bit more coral based. So this definitely complements my features a lot more. It's still quite bright on my lips, not gonna lie, but it's still a really pretty color. I feel like I'm just not used to wearing bright lips. I prefer my deep shades or my reds or my oranges, but this one is actually really pretty and I think I'll use this a lot more. And then we have number 5, which is Kind Brown Fix. Now, Kind Brown Fix is a bit of a mauve-y kind of My Lips But Better color, sort of like a mix between a mauve and a nude with some brown hint to it. So I do like this color quite a lot, but it doesn't really look as I expected it to look. I feel like when I swatch it, it definitely has more of a brown tint to it, a brown hint to it, but then when I put it on my lips, I feel like it starts to lean more on the pink rosy side, but it's still a really pretty color. So what do I think of these lip liqueurs? Now, of course, I want to give you the most raw opinion about these, so I decided to kind of bring you along with me to test out number 3 Mellow Pink liqueur, or Mellow Pink Fix, and I basically brought you with me throughout the whole day so you guys can see what it looks like before I eat, while I'm eating, afterwards, and just how the lipstick kind of carried out throughout the day. So let's go watch that clip. Hey guys, so I just wanted to give you a sort of first impression, I don't know, review throughout the day. I have right now the Peripera Lip Liqueur, and this shade is in number 3. It's a very pinkish color, as you can see. So I'm gonna be rocking that today and kind of take you along with me so you guys can see how the lip does, what it does when I'm eating. Does it, you know, last all day? Does it feel good on the lips? But yeah, so far it feels very like nice. It feels kind of airy. I only did 1 layer, so yeah, let's go because I'm running late as always, and yeah, see you there. Hey guys, so we are at Brooklyn Joint and I'm reviewing the lipstick. The color, the shading, or what do you call it, the lighting here is really bad, but so far the lipstick is okay, but it looks like it's like clumping a bit on the center, so it's giving me like butthole effect, but you know. So this is what the lips look like after eating burger and fries and milkshake. It's all gone. So I'll apply again and then see what happens later. Okay guys, so I'm right now, I reapplied after eating, and look at this. It's like cracking so bad, it like looks not appealing at all. I don't like this. It kind of makes my lips look super liney. I don't like it. I'm gonna take it off and try a different lipstick on because I'm not feeling this. So as you can see throughout the video, the lips definitely were looking pretty at the beginning, but towards the end they were just looking quite rough. They were looking really bad, very patchy, very clumpy. The color was just really focusing a lot on the center of my lips. It was clumping up and it just wasn't looking as appealing as I was expecting them to be. Now, the colors are gorgeous. I love the colors of these. I feel like the colors are so pigmented, so beautiful. The applicator, not my fan. I'm not a fan of it. The applicator is quite difficult when using it to apply the lipstick, especially if you want to do a full lip. And I feel like, yeah, you can do a gradient like with these, but the purpose of them is kind of to do more of a full lip, just because that is kind of more of the trend these days in Korea, is the full lips, or the full gradient lips, which I did mention in my gradient lip video, so check it out if you guys are interested over here. So the purpose of these are to create, of course, the full gradient lip or the original full lip. So I understand, like, you know, why they came out with these, but I just feel like the applicator kind of just does not make it justice. Like, it does not help at all with application, and I feel like the quality of the lip liqueurs are actually not that great. They're quite poor. I find like you know, when you're applying it, it's quite dry on the lips. It does feel kind of lightweight, but it feels very drying on the lips, and you can tell especially when you get close to the lips. Also, as the day continues and you're eating, the lip liqueurs do not last whatsoever. They come off really, really easily. So that's something you do have to consider. So you'll have to reapply if you do use these. And also, if you are the type of person that tends to like reapply on top of the already lipstick there, I would suggest not doing that with these, because they will kind of give you the butthole effect, and they will get really clumpy and gross. Now, I do love these because the coloring it, and I love how they look on my lips, but I don't like the formula just because it's quite drying on the lips, and it just starts to look like clumpy and really, really bad as the day continues. So it's kind of like a love and hate relationship right now. I feel like Peripera, you know, they were kind of on a good route. They're trying to figure out like, okay, let me get out with a lip liqueur, but I feel like they should have worked a little bit better on the formula. Now, of course, Peripera is a more of affordable brand in Korea. A lot of teenage girls tend to wear Peripera. It's more of a teenage targeted brand, so it kind of makes sense. But just, you know, a quick warning, like it's not going to be like, you know, the Sephora type of like liquid lipsticks that you can get at Sephora. It's definitely much more affordable. It's not as great quality, but they're very, very, very cheap to buy, and the pigmentation of them are super, super pretty. If I had to rate this, I would give it a 3.5 out of 5, just because I do love the pigmentation. I am a sucker for the pigmentation of these, and I also like the packaging. I'm also a sucker for packaging. So yeah, that's, you know, why. But of course, I don't like it because it's not very long lasting. It is quite drying on the lips, and it starts to look very, very clumpy, and it defines the lips as the day continues. So yeah, so that's kind of what you have to consider if you are looking into getting these, especially if you have very wrinkly lips like I do. Then they will emphasize the lip lines a lot more. So that is everything for today. I hope you guys liked this video, and don't forget to check out my other videos. I will also make a kind of like a playlist for you guys, so you can check my other Peripera reviews. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, thumbs up this video, hit that notification button so you guys know whenever I upload a video. And of course, don't forget to check out my Instagram and my Facebook page. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye!